Divorces are never beautiful, Harrison states after overthinking his entire life. Once again. Divorce? Overthinking? Sounds like Harrison Selleck, a 41-year-old divorced man who still creeps over the lost love of his ex-wife, despite the 5 years that have already passed. Harrison's desperate to get some kind of relationship he got to know in the earlier stages of that marriage, but he's also just very, very awkward and not easy to handle. He played his luck with many women, tried to get better with several therapists and constant advice from his friends. Right when he's about to give in his misery, he meets Annabelle. Not once, not twice, 3 times, until the both of them question why, and most interesting, where they've met before. Unaware of the latter, / very conscious of the signs by the universe, they go on a journey of surrendering to whatever is meant for the two. Slowly, Harrison and Annabelle learn to trust themselves, forgive parts of their past they're unable to forget. Because at the end, there's always a reason to why things happened the way they did, and to why two people who lost their faith to true love run into each other. Will Harrison be able to get his life together in order to finally welcome this new future? And is Annabelle the missing piece to it, or does he just need to flip the vinyl to the B-side? If this sounded interesting to you, this is my second fiction novel called Seven, and it's available on thecrylounge.com. You can choose between all kinds of formats: hardback, ebook, paperback. Also languages, it's available in German and English. As extras, there are also stickers and postcards surrounding the themes of the novel available. So if you were on the search for new cute stickers, or you haven't sent a postcard to your best friend in a very long time, they are for you. I can't wait for you to read the book, dive into Harrison's life and feelings, and just escape reality for some hours. Thank you for supporting indie artists.
Yeah,
you already answered
so basically it's about my girlfriend and the moments that had everything we had been through, described in small details.
Nice.
And realizing these are the moments that keep us together, and just want to run away with her.
Howdy everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Bonnie's Legends. This time again with a part of the series called Pretty New Music, where I'm interviewing artists about the new single. Today I present you an interview I've done with Seven Seers, aka Theo. I've interviewed Theo already 1.5 years ago, I think, about his musical career in general, and it's a pretty long episode, longer than this one. I think 3 times long, this one. It was really interesting and really fun as well, so go check that out. In this interview, I talked to Theo about his single, Runaway, that was really fresh back then. And, I mean, you know, it's not like it's from the 60s. It's from 6 months ago, so it's still new music. Let's just say it like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this conversation, and shout out to Theo's girlfriend. This interview is really almost like a testament of how much he loves you. Before we jump into the actual interview part, Theo recorded an update for all of us since, as I said, the episode is 6 months old, because the album he also talks about is out now, and you should listen it, you should listen to the single, and here's the quick update.
So I remember back in August when we did the interview, it was the week that the second single of the album was released, called Runaway, which is one of my favorites, by the way, and one of my most personal ones. I was close to finishing my album, and when the album came out, I got struck with the idea of what I wanted to do next. And so I'm currently in a state of planning what I want to do next. But before I jump into it, I just want to say that I've been working on a music video for the song Runaway, and it's going to come out in a couple of weeks. It's almost ready, and I'm just adding some finishing touches to it. And making this album has been a really exciting journey. I learned a lot from it, and I'm very grateful that I'm featured again on Bonnie's podcast. So I hope you enjoyed the episode.
So I'm having Seven Seers with me again.
Hello.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't listened to our previous episode, we've done one talking about him and his musical journey and career. And today we're meeting because we're talking about his new upcoming single.
Yep.
Coming out of my birthday.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah, I was pretty hyped because I saw so many like artists teasing singles for like September, and I was like, you know that there's a Friday, like the last Friday of August, that's my birthday. Why isn't it anybody releasing anything? And then you announced your single, and I was like, oh my god, thank god nobody has forgot my birthday.
I think it's a marketing thing because people actually the industry considers like August to be like a dead month. That not many people are on social media, so it might not get the hype.
Interesting.
But I'm doing indie music, so I don't care about any of that.
Yeah, we want to do a quick Bonnie's Legends check.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be 5 questions. You're gonna answer me. Okay, what's your name?
Theo, from Theodore.
Nice. When's your birthday?
9 June.
Who is your legend?
Jack Antonoff.
Nice. I think you answered the same. You said Jack Antonoff the last time as well.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah, like almost more than a year ago, you said the same answer. That's cool. That's cool that he's still a legend for you. Cool. Current song obsession.
Current song obsession. The one I have like on repeat, like from that perspective, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Deep End by Dayglow.
Nice. What's an album that has no skips?
That has no skips. Damn, that's so hard. Album with no skips. Okay, I'm like torn between 2 albums right now.
Okay.
So, okay, Bleachers, like Take the Sadness Out of Saturday Night. And the other one, no skips, Folklore, Taylor Swift.
Nice. Sounds all good. Maybe for those who haven't listened to the episode yet or don't want to listen to a 1.5 hour podcast episode, maybe introduce yourself a bit. In short, what your musical career was, what you've released before.
All right, sure. So my name is Theo, aka Seven Seers. I make music. I'm mainly a music producer, but I also make music. I make indie pop music, and I started in 2019 with a single called Bittersweet Paradise, which was actually an experiment that turned out to be Seven Seers. And it wasn't originally the music that I started making, but the experience, the way the journey started, it actually made me realize what I actually liked, and it developed into my sound. I think the third single that I made, called Girl in Black, actually defined my sound more, and it gave me like a perspective and a direction that I wanted to take. But I'm still experimenting. So last year I announced an album called Right Then, Right Now. It's a 2-part album. First part was released last year, and the second part is releasing this year. Actually, my COVID album, and I decided to split it in two parts, mainly because the first part was written during the first wave of the pandemic in spring 2020. And the second part, I wrote it during the second wave of the pandemic, like winter 2020, when the second lockdown in Europe came. And here we are now, releasing all those songs that I've so desperately been wanting them now.
Yeah.
The excitement is like off the charts.
It's crazy because the lockdowns were kind of really creative. Like you had all the time you had, like to.
Exactly.
So in the winter 2020, 2021, I also started writing my second novel because it was online school, but I had lots of time. So I just wrote, and then sometimes I also wrote during class.
Been there.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm releasing that novel now too, and it's like great. Yeah. What is the title of your upcoming single, and when does it come out?
My next single is called Runaway, and it comes out on Friday, 26th of August. And it's, I believe, from all the songs on this album, it's one of the two more personal ones, because it describes like lots of details in the verses about what happened. Basically, the second part of the album is entirely songs about my girlfriend, because during the second wave, that's when we actually, in the summer of 2020, that's when we actually started our relationship, and things were progressing, and that's how these songs came out.
Nice. I love a good detailed personal song.
Yeah, it's funny because when I played her the track, she actually was like giggling.
Yeah.
Because she could tell like the details, like and even starts out with a very basic detail that it goes like, it was Saturday when you lied to your mom about going on a date with me.
Oh, I know what she was giggling.
That's the first line of the song, and
yeah, I love
and
that.
that's actually what happened.
Like I read poetry as well, so like poetry is pretty close to lyrics writing. So
it is.
Sometimes the poems that are the most detailed are the most beautiful ones.
Exactly.
As if you like use metaphors and like abstract it, it's like the feeling is not coming over. Yeah, so that's why I think the well-detailed songs are really good. Yeah. Describe Runaway in 3 words.
Runaway. Okay, so personal, guitar driven, emotional. Well, tell you what, most of my songs are like synth driven. So there's lots of synthesizers in my songs. This one has like more electric guitars. It also has synthesizers. I mean, it starts like with a Rhodes piano, but in the choruses, it's like quite a lot of guitars. Actually, 4. Nice. So
nice. We love guitar.
And it's emotional, but it's up tempo, but it still is emotional.
Yeah. Does the title have a special meaning, and how did you come up with the title?
Well, actually, the title the Runaway kind of repeats in the chorus. Some people might say, if they heard the whole album, they might say it's quite similar to Better Love, the previous single, but it's not like this. It actually changes a lot. While writing the song and writing all the details out of it, actually, I made notes of like key moments in my mind of how far we had come in our relationship, and there's some moments that stay in my head, like in bullet points, and when I was writing the song, because I knew I wanted to write a song like that. And while I was thinking, my way of thinking actually wrote the line, "The moment I knew." And this is like the line that transitions between the verse and the chorus, and it's actually the moment I knew that with all those moments going on, I just want to run away with you. That's what I wrote.
Nice. There was a lot of reflecting done during the writing process.
Well, it came up naturally, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't like trying so hard to. I wasn't really trying hard to make a song, but I wanted it to be personal because I was. It started with a reflection of how things had come and how quickly they progressed, and all the things that we had done in the span of like 3 or 4 months that we had been dating. If you actually read the lyrics, and when the song comes out, you'll know.
Okay. What did the process of making that song look like, and how long did it take you, like music production wise?
Writing, it took me like a day to write the song, probably less. Music production, I started producing the songs just a week before the first part of the album was released, like
Okay.
last year. That's when I started producing most of the songs. In the time up until now, I had like completed like 90% of them,
Mm.
and so you could say a year.
Yeah. Is there a funny anecdote about a moment of coming up with the melody, or I don't know, a guitar riff, for example?
It actually, I went with the flow, to be honest. I knew it was going to be a guitar-driven song because the way I had structured it in my mind, even before I started production, I knew this was going to be a little bit different than what I usually make. However, although I kept some parts that are true to Seven Seers, like some synths in the background.
Mm.
There is like a small guitar solo, like in the second part of the bridge. It plays along with the vocals in the last chorus, and that's actually the part that makes it more emotional because I added like really some really strong ad libs, and which I'm shouting, and it took me quite a few days to record that part because when the idea came about to do those ad libs, I had like a sore throat, and I was like, damn. But yeah, adding all those details is what makes the song unique to me.
Nice. What is your favorite lyric line from it?
So there's like in the bridge of that song, it goes like, it was we'd be texting each other late at night. It would be 7 a.m. and before we'd call it a night. Then I'd fall asleep with your taste on my lips, and I'd be craving the next day for your cinnamon kiss.
So when the song is coming out on Friday, where's the perfect place to be for listening to the singer for the first time?
On the road.
Everyone says that.
No, seriously, it's by the seaside.
Nice.
Well, I don't have like a convertible, but it would be a perfect match.
Yeah. Nice.
Because when I was making the canvas for Spotify for that song, I kind of reused like I put some Polaroids in there from me and my girlfriend, and for the background I reused like a clip from Laughstruck Daydreamer, which is actually my girlfriend's hand outside the car waving at the sea. It's my visualization of the song.
Is there a music video to it?
Yeah, how did you know?
I don't know, I just asked.
Yeah, there is going to be a music video about it, and we're still filming. Actually, it's going to be like pretty much like a vlog style film, capturing some of the moments that we described already. I think from some of the lines that we've already written, I had some old videos. I might use them in the song. Maybe give me an idea. But the music video is going to come out probably around when the album comes out.
Yeah, in October.
So for now, there's only like a lyric video.
Yeah, you want to maybe name drop, I don't know, who directed it, who worked on the music video with you, who works on it? You're still working on it?
Well, it's pretty DIY.
Love it.
It's me and my girlfriend, basically. do another one. That's what we did last time with Laughter Daydreamer, and it looks more authentic that way. I want it to be personal, you know, and I want it to be in a style that people can relate.
This is my favorite question I will ever ask.
Okay, go ahead.
If you could send the song to any artist, dead or alive, knowing they'd listen to it, who would it be?
Damn. It might be like two people that I have on my mind. One is Jack Antonoff,
Sure.
because listen like quite a few of his interviews and about the way he processes like production and stuff. So feedback would actually be a very big deal for me from him. And the other one would be probably Max Martin.
So, Max and Jack, if you're listening to this podcast,
Yeah, listen to my single when it comes out and give me feedback.
he wants feedback. That's an honor. That's an honor to say, like, oh, I want to have feedback from like my idol. That's good.
Well, you can never call yourself like a perfect producer or like a perfect songwriter and leave room for improvement.
Yeah. Any honorable mentions you want to make?
Basically, it's all thanks to my girlfriend from giving me the opportunity to continue making more music and not looking back and looking forward. It actually changed my perspective because when I made the first songs of the album, like the first part of the album, I wasn't actually thinking about making an album. Actually, I had in the back of my head like make an album of like 10 songs and maybe put it out.
Mm.
But then we met and she changed my perspective and gave me this whole idea about making like a two-part album, one about my past and one about my future with her. So she's been like a whole inspiration for me. Things we experienced, like described in the lyrics.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We talked about everything except you want to add anything to it.
Well, one thing I like when writing music is like a story-driven songs. And it's for me is like as an indie artist, it's I feel personally that it's a privilege to be able to have like complete control of my music, because with how things are going these days, and labels and corporations trying to profit from every little bit, so they try like to paint a path for artists.
Yeah.
It's good to be like an indie artist and not following like a doctrine or like a specific formula.
Yeah.
My album that's coming out has like lots of experimentation. I'm not following like a certain path. So there is my signature sound in my songs. There's always like a sound that you're gonna identify. Oh, this is a Seven Seers sound.
Yeah.
But I always like to be drawing different inspirations and experiment a little bit. Look out the window a little bit and then take in the scenery.
I feel that. Thanks for saying that. Because I realized that my entire podcast is kind of surrounded by indie artists. So I see a lot of indie artists also listening to the podcast. So thank you.
Exactly, and that's what I noticed as well. That's why I'm saying this, because I saw like I've actually learned quite a few indie artists from your podcast.
Oh.
And it's actually the good thing about being an indie artist is like you don't lose the love for music.
Yeah.
If no one's forcing you to write specific stuff, you're not bound. You're free. You have your own time, and you can basically say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I had the same. I had like I'm a writer. You know that you read my book.
Mm-hmm.
My book. And I wanted to traditionally publish this novel, and I got a publishing deal. But it said like the contract length was like 3 years, but like not measure down how many books I should write in these 3 years, and I was like 15. And I declined that offer and then self-published the book. And today I'm like getting 18. And so would have been like now 3 years. And I'm really glad I haven't taken that contract because, yeah.
Exactly. It's not always good to force yourself to write and let it come naturally.
Exactly.
It's not like songwriting is not like like any other day job that people might have, because it's focused. It's more like mental based. And if your mental state is not where it should be, you're not gonna be able to write.
Yeah.
It's the same. I believe it's the same with writing novels.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. I'm excited for the single, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you. You too.
This podcast episode. Sorry. Okay. I'm not ready. This podcast episode is brought to you by The Cry Lounge. The Cry Lounge is an independent publishing company founded by this podcast host, Bonnie Hobson. The Cry Lounge transfers your daydreams onto paper. With 2 book releases the past 2 years, they are preparing to extend their service to other authors and other creators. To get more details and support this show, there's a link in the description you can check out. The Cry Lounge looks forward to meeting